A man is pulled off a hunger strike, 20 days without food, and he is put in a hospital bed against his wish. His name is Sonam Wangchuk. But this isn't really about him. This is about how one insult, one exam scam, and one government staying silent turned into a biggest protest India has seen in years. And it goes back to a fight he was already in 5 years before any of this began. Wangchuk spent years fasting for one thing: special status for Ladakh, so its land and its people get real protection. In 2020 and then in 2024, same pattern every time. He fasts, the government promises talks, the talks go nowhere. But in October 2024, he went further. He marched on foot all the way from Leh to Delhi. But he was stopped at the border and he wasn't even allowed to protest at Jantar Mantar. By September 2025, things had turned ugly. Protest in Leh turned violent, 4 people died, and Wangchuk was arrested under strict security law. After his arrest, the government cancelled the foreign funding license of Wangchuk's own NGO, the one he had run since the 1980s, accusing it
of violating FCRA norms. That's essentially about foreign funding for his NGO.
His wife called it a complete misreading of the organization's own explanation. A new bill to amend the FCRA sits in front of Parliament this very session. And when the people connects Wangchuk's name to FCRA, it is because his own organization has history with it. So by 2026, Wangchuk wasn't just an activist anymore. But the next time he made headlines, he wasn't the one who started the fight. This year on May 15, the Chief Justice compared unemployed youth to cockroaches. A 26-year-old Abhijeet Dipke, who used to work with Aam Aadmi Party, turned that insult into a movement overnight. The Cockroach Janta Party. 20 million followers within days. But a hashtag isn't a protest. So on June 6, Dipke showed up in person at Jantar Mantar with clear demand: resignation of Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan over the NEET paper leak. For weeks, government stayed silent, no statement and no response. So on June 20, the protests grew, they came back in big numbers, and this time they stayed put. On June 28, Wangchuk, still carrying the weight of Ladakh, walked into someone else's protest and began an open-ended hunger strike in support. So overnight, a small student issue became a national one. But it didn't stop there. Over the next 3 weeks, the ground filled up with familiar names: Yogendra Yadav, Prashant Bhushan, Mahua Mitra, Sanjay Singh, the Farmer Group, and Arundhati Roy. By mid-July, Rakesh Tikait and Arvind Kejriwal showed up the same day. Wangchuk hit 19 days without food, while Congress leader Shashi Tharoor promised the opposition would raise the issue in parliament. Then Bollywood joined in. Prakash Raj, Shabana Azmi, Swara Bhaskar and Kunal Kamra came in person. And after what happened next, even the one who stayed home posted their support online. Because here is the real question worth asking. Does this many big names joining a protest make it stronger, or does it start becoming about something bigger than the student who began it? Meanwhile, on the government side, there was still nothing solid, just growing pressure with no response. On July 18, something happened. On doctor's advice, Delhi police physically removed Sonam Wangchuk from the protest site and admitted him to hospital. Just days before this, a new Delhi police commissioner had taken charge. Opposition leader openly claimed the top officer was swapped out to clear the way for this exact kind of forced action. But Delhi police called it a routine transfer, nothing more. Because 2 days later, Parliament's monsoon session was set to open, and CGP had already planned a march to Parliament for that same date. On the government side, the ruling party's list of bill included the Viksit Bharat Shiksha Adhishtan bill, aimed at changing how higher education is run in India, the exact issue this protest had been shouting about from the start. On the protest side, thousands marched anyway. Police say the crowd turned violent first, alleging protesters pelted stone and broke through barricades, injuring well over 100 officers. Protesters told a different story, calling it a peaceful march that was met with tear gas and batons before anything else happened. But both sides agree on one thing: over 100 people ended up in a hospital that day, students and police both. From his hospital bed, Wangchuk wrote a letter asking to be let go, and the hospital said he wasn't officially held but still wouldn't leave him. However, Dipke ended his own fast in the middle of the march and rejoined the crowd, telling them the fight doesn't end here. And by evening, on the government side, Health Minister JP Nadda finally agreed to sit down and talk. Inside parliament, the opposition kept disrupting proceedings demanding a discussion on the crackdown. Rahul Gandhi, along with Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge and Priyanka Gandhi, marched straight to the Prime Minister's residence, demanding both Modi and the Home Minister resign over what happened to the students. Wangchuk, who started this year fighting for Ladakh, ended up in a Delhi hospital for fighting someone else's battle. It all started with one remark, then a fast, then a crowd, then famous names, then tear gas, and now even the opposition's top leader standing outside the Prime Minister's own gate. And the students who started all of it are still waiting for an answer nobody has given them. That is where things stands right now. This parliament session runs till August 13th, and whether the students get the answer by then, well, we will find out it together. So that's all from my side. We will be back when this story moves forward. Till then, stay tuned and stay connected.